Yo, 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 yo. What is happening, everybody? Sorry for the delay. We was over there scratching our heads trying to get Buff's LS fired up. I think he'll get it. So, but if he needs in here, let me set him a link up in case he's got to pop in here and need something. So, give me 1 second, get a link on here. Okay. Where do we need to go? Chat. All right, yeah. All right, there's that link. So, ooh. Hello, everybody. Time is ticking away, isn't it? I can't believe how close it is. Unbelievable. But we will get here. Waiting. Anybody that wants to join, we have a I screwed her up. We're back. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Night Live. I'm a little discombobulated right now. I'm trying to get stuff straightened out. Hang in there, guys. We'll get her. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. The chat's up. We're hanging out. Everybody, wish Buff luck. He's got a slight issue going on here, but we know he'll work through it. We was over there hanging with him. Like I said, I didn't want to leave, but I didn't want to leave. Everybody's sitting over here that I told everybody I'd be on live. So welcome to Sunday night. Said we're leaving. See when will we be leaving? Thursday morning. Thursday morning at 5 a.m. is when we got to get out of here. So other than that, I think we're ready. The only thing we got left to do to the car is I was working on some tires last night for the burnout contest. I got some junk wheels and junk tires. What's up, Landon Custom Classics? Thanks for popping in, man. Yeah, we're getting set up here, so sorry for a little bit of bouncing around here. We're trying to get everything configured here. I said we spent a little bit of time in there with Buff, and we're running a little bit behind, but hey, like I said, it doesn't matter. This is just BS and hanging out. Getting him situated and straightened out was far more important to deal with this. So that's how I look at it. When it comes to getting a friend hooked up, that's way more important than just sitting here chatting. So, but how is everybody tonight? I hope the weather's good in your part of town, because the weather in our part of town sucks. We just had hail out here about an hour ago, and I think the temperatures dropped about 15 degrees during the day here today. So there's that. There's that. We're ready, other than we're getting our camping gear ready. Trying to think of everything we need. I tell you what, this is funny because for the first time, Tommy's actually excited, because I really figured for a long time I didn't know, because he was helping, and Tommy helps with this channel behind the scenes and everything, but Tommy's never been much of a car guy. I mean, till he turned 16 this summer, and then he started getting a little bit more into cars, and he got his permit, and he's kind of dealing with that. But he's really showed a lot of excitement, because he come to me, it was, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, because we wasn't sure, to be honest. Everything is so hectic right now in our life. We wasn't sure if we was even going to make it to No Name Nationals or not. That's why we didn't call anybody out and wasn't, being, acting like we were something, because obviously we're no better than anybody else. But on that note, I didn't want to call anybody out and not make it there, have some kind of issue to where we couldn't make it to the track. So on that note, though, Tommy, like I said a few weeks ago, he's just like, "Hey, we're still going, aren't we?" And I was like, I'm gonna try to go. And he's like, "Well," he's like, "You did promise we were gonna go." And I was like, "Yeah, I did." So from that point of view, it became that I had to go, whether I wanted to or not. Because one thing about it is, him being 16, I've never promised him nothing big. I mean, yeah, there's been a little stuff where you might say, "Yeah, I promise I'm going to take you to Walmart," and then you end up working on a race car, not making it. That happens sometimes. We ran into that issue. But on the same note, anything big, is sure to carry through with it, because I don't want him to, years from now, end up at some therapist or something because he's mad at dad because dad promised him to go somewhere and then didn't take him after he had him work with him all summer to get there. But yeah, everything's been hectic around here. That's why the video's been slow. I've been trying to finish up all this personal stuff that's going on. So that's kind of kept the videos from going. And then with Tommy, he started back to school and getting his everything situated. So that's slowing us down, but we can't wait to get the Sykes. Can't wait to meet everybody. I know he's so excited about it. Like I said, he's been excited to drive my car, which is strange because it said Tommy's not a big car guy, but more and more as this thing's carried on, he showed more and more interest, which is really awesome. I mean, when he first started, when we first heard about this, he was like, "Oh, all right, that would be all right. I guess we could go." And then the closer time came, the more excited he got about it. He's not only that, he's excited now about just the fact of the drive, that he's never been to Missouri. I've never been across the Mississippi River. So everything I've ever been on is up and down the East Coast, but I've never been across the Mississippi. So that's that. So we're both excited for that. And it's really awesome because, like I said, now he's excited too with his Honda. So that will be cool if everything goes right. Maybe Tommy can bring his Honda next year to the No Name Nationals for the second year, because he wants to put a turbo on it stuff. He's got a 97 Honda Coupe with a 5-speed in it and a little D series. And he was just talking about putting a turbo over there the past couple of weeks more and more. Because I told him I wanted him to run the Turbo D series for a little while before he went to a K series, because at first he was like, "Well, let's K swap it." And I'm like, "No, I want you to get some experience behind the wheel before we do that." So, all right, we're trying to gather up everything we need. It's such a hard thing. I know I got some carburetors here that's got to go. Got my tools that I need. I got one more tire and wheel to mount up for the burnout contest. We're debating on how many spare parts that we need to bring. I mean, we could bring a whole engine if we had to, but I really don't think we're going to need it. The plan is for the burnout contest is just to run just on wastegate in the burnout contest, so maybe 7 psi. That way we're not killing the car. We'll let Tommy do that maybe. I know definitely I'm going to let him do a test and tune. Tommy's going to get to make his first pass down the track during test and tune, so be happy for that. Hopefully, I hope he can. I don't see any stipulations. He is part of the channel. The channel's both of us. So hopefully he can make it. I can see right here. I just turned your phone out. Yeah, see, I can see. I got comments running on here right now. They weren't the other day, but they're running now, so I can see the comments. No, I don't need that. Huh? Yeah, I got 76% right now in the battery, so we're good. Yeah, well, it'd be cool if Tommy comes out. It'd be nice. He can join. Now make everybody sick bouncing the camera around like a numbskull. Our lives always seem to start slow, but then they always work their way back up. I can't believe the temperature drop here, man. It's crazy. It was, oh, it was cool this morning. It was in the mid 40s this morning, but then it dropped back down. It was cool about, I don't know, say 12:30, 1 o'clock. The sun came out. It started getting pretty nice. Hello, Colleen Tebow. How's it going? The sun came out around 12:30, 1 o'clock, and the temperature jumped up probably to about 65 or so, and it was nice. And then around 5 p.m., we had another thunderstorm roll through, and now the temperature seems like it's dropped about 10 degrees since then. And then everything's wet and damp on top of it, so that chills the old bones, considering last week it was 80 degrees out, and this week now, like I said, we've been having nights in the 40s. Working on the dart custom, that's awesome. I love darts, man. That's the only I've had. Oh man, I've had dozens of Mopar trucks. You know, first gens, whatever. I had, I think, like 3 78, 79 Ram Chargers. I had like 3 of them at least that I know of. I had 78 short bed 4-wheel drive step side bed 318 automatic truck. That truck was amazing. I had that truck for a couple of years, and I'd probably put at least 50 miles a day on it, running back and forth to work with it. And that was one of the most reliable, perfect trucks. It was one of the ones with the MP203 and a full-time transfer case, but it was still a great truck. It just, Pennsylvania rust got to it. The floors rotted out of it. The bed fell apart. I did have one Mopar car. I had a 75 Dart Swinger that I bought. I had the built 360 that was in my Ram Charger. I was going to put in that. So I had a 360 when I had my 78 Ram Charger. I had a 78 Ram Charger with like 9 inches of lift and 35-inch tires on it when I was young and dumb and used to four-wheel full-size stuff. But I had that, and I had a built 360 in it, and that motor literally ate anything you bolted to the bell housing to it. It wouldn't matter. It would tear clutches out. It would wipe trannies out. It would break transfer cases. You could sidestep the clutch in that thing and pretzel a drive shaft on command if you wanted to. Blow rear ends out of it constantly. But I ended up parting that truck out, and one of my best friends, he pulled it out, and he put it in a 73 Duster that he had. That car went 1150 with that 360 in it with a good converter and 410 gears in the axle, so it didn't run bad. And then I got that motor back out of him. I bought that 75 Dart, and I was gonna put my 360 in it. It was a slant 6 car, and it was in decent shape. I bought it for $700 because it had a broken torsion bar in it. This was back in 2006. Yeah, it was 2006 is when I bought that. But it ended up being a good car. I drove it for like a year, almost 2 years, and then I ended up selling it because I sold everything to buy property up in the mountains so I could own my own house and have it all paid off and not have to pay no rent or no mortgage or anything. So I had a 1-ton Ford dump truck and my Dodge Dart, and I sold both of them and went up there and bought an acre of property and a mobile home with the money I got out of them. So, but I regretted getting rid of the Dart, but at the same time, I don't, because, you know, it's better to own something. You get cars every day to have the opportunity that by that point I was 35 years old and owned my own home, paid in full. So it was worth the trade to get rid of the Dart and the dump truck. Easy come, easy go. No, I thought I heard somebody yelling, but yeah, that's that. So I can see why you're working on the old Dart, because Darts are sweet. That's it. My buddy, he got I think it's a low performance though. He was just trying to sell it. He got a 383 and a 727 tranny he wants to sell. What's up, Bad Tree? How's it going? Hanging in there. Like I said, we were running late. We're waiting on Buff to join us when he gets a chance. He's trying to get the old LS fired up. He'll get it though. I got faith in him. And if he don't get it, he can drag it to Sykeston and we'll get it running there on the trailer if we have to. And I told him I got a spare computer here that's already unlocked, and I got HP tunes, and I got a wiring harness for him, so we'll get him running. If we have to, we'll get it running. We're going to be there early enough. I'm not sure. I didn't ask him. And her tie rod's a bit wobbly. Yeah, well, they wear out. They were probably original. That's the good thing about them. Yeah, you leave it. We're leaving here. We're going to leave Thursday morning at like 5 a.m. is the plan. That should put us in, because of the hour time difference, that should put us there, I want to say around between 2 and 3. It would be 3 o'clock our time, so it should be 2 o'clock there. So we want to get there early enough that we can help some people if they need it. Plus, we'll have time to relax before we go out to dinner. And that way, if John and Dallas need any help with anything, you know, we'll have a couple extra sets of hands there to help. So, yeah. Yeah, it's 10.5 hours for us. So it's Thursday at 5 a.m. Well, you're leaving at 4 a.m. So, yeah, no doubt. That means Wednesday is going to be a busy day getting everything ready, getting the truck packed, getting the car on the trailer, and trying not to forget anything. I've been writing a list for the last 2 days, trying to get everything sorted out that I need. Like I said, I got a bunch of stuff that I'm taking, but I got a bunch of stuff I want to bring for everybody else just in case. Like I said, I got a couple carburetors there in case I run into somebody. I don't know if Ari's going to make it or not. He said about it, but then I don't know if he's going to make it. If he's going to make it, I had a couple of Rochester 2Gs he wanted, and I gave them to him a couple weeks back on a live. I told him he could have them. What's up, Dakota? How you doing tonight, bud? Well, yeah, I got some stuff, carburetor stuff to give to him. And like I said, I'm going to take his computer wiring harness and a fuel pump and stuff in case someone needs it there. We won't be the only LS guy there, I'm sure, so it could come in handy for somebody. We'll have HP tunes there, so we'll be able to help people out with what we can. Other than that, yeah, living the dream. This is the biggest event. I mean, I've been to the local dirt track. I've been to there, I don't know how many times. Like I said, I ran a points race at the local dirt track probably for 2 years. So what's up, Kayla? But we ran that for a couple of years, so we're used to racing, but I've never been to anything this big. I mean, this is a AHRA national event. This is crazy. We're going to participate, all of us. Everybody here that's coming, everybody in the No Name, we are participating in a freaking national event. This is for us. Thank you, John, and thank you, Dallas, for putting this on, for making it happen, because if it wasn't for Dallas, you know, the head of the AHRA, this wouldn't happen. So thank you, Dallas, very much for putting on a show for us no names so we can make a name for ourselves. And this community, everybody's helped. We've all pulled together. It seems like the closer time comes to Sykeston, the more everybody starts helping each other. I mean, it's just great. You couldn't ask for a better group of people. So that, like I said, that should dial all that in. We'll get ready. Oh man, I can't wait to take the cart out of the track for the first time. It's going to feel good because I haven't been to a track all this year. We went last year about once a month for all the warm weather months we was at the track. It's going, man. It's going. You know, we went like once a month last year and the year before. Probably since we put the Cutlass together, we've been at least going to the drag strip once a month. But this summer here, we skipped it all. We didn't go at all because we didn't want to take a chance of, honestly, with as hard as some of the parts are to come by, we was afraid of breaking something and not being able to continue. So, but it'll be a big weight lifted off our shoulders when we pull through that gate that we made it. Everything's good. We made it. Everybody makes it there safe. And I think the hangout in the pit Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, that place is going to be rocking. It's definitely going to be awesome. It's going to be the place to be. It's funny, I keep seeing on other videos, people keep questioning and ask if anybody's going to be live streaming. I'm sure they're going to be live streaming. Like me and Tommy, we're planning on live streaming pretty much. We try to live stream the whole trip. I'll have my cameraman here so he can run the camera, and we're going to try to live stream the entire thing. And then we got all the cameras. Everybody coming, don't forget, bring memory cards, bring portable hard drives, bring something to store all this video in, man, because there's going to be a lot of it. I mean, you're probably going to have the next 6 months of editing on all the video work or all the video stuff. Yep, thanks, Clyde. Thanks a lot, man. Yep. We're trying to be safe. We appreciate it. Said, I wasn't planning on even when it was mentioned and we talked about going and Tommy talked about going and everybody in here, I thought that was just a goal that you won if you made it to 500. And, you know, and then like I said, when Dallas and John announced that there's actually going to be trophies and a payout and everything, I was like, wow. Wasn't expecting that, but we sure appreciate it. That's going to be awesome. I just thought just being able, the ability to be there was enough. I mean, I know the amazing amount of work those guys put into this. I mean, John sacrificed, and then Buzz. Can't forget Buzz at Roadkill Customs because he was a lot. He helped so many people make their 500. He made us these awesome banners and got out to us. And I mean, Buzz give up his project to donate to the fuel fund. So if it wasn't for those three, this wouldn't happen. So let's pay them back by making it the coolest event ever. It's definitely, like I said, it's going to be the most live streamed and most videoed event of all time, I would say. Because everybody there is YouTubers. We're all content creators. We're all going to be there. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have people, they're going to be leaving their hotel rooms to come hang out with us in the pits. But I mean, we're used to, like I said, when we used to circle track race, we're used to it on a 3 or 4 night. Well, we'd have 3-night races. We would have like Thursday night would be practice. Friday night would be qualified. And then Saturday night would be the big feature race. And so we're used to going to the track and camping out for a couple nights. That's under Kenzie there. That's Kayla's account. That's Kayla on there. But yeah, so we're used to camping out in the pits and hanging out, doing things. So when they mentioned that, as soon as John, you know, when John and Dallas and them had said that we was going to be allowed that the track was going to stay open for camping, you know, there was never a thought in our mind that we wasn't going to camp there. We didn't want to be anywhere else. Even if we had to just sleep in their truck or whatever. I mean, that's simple to do, though. I've slept in the truck many a times. It won't be the first time. I think as a early teenager, I think I probably spent almost as many hours sleeping in cars as I did in a house. So I'm used to it. Heck, when we did the trucker convoy, the last night we was there before we did the loop. When we did the loop around DC, we slept in a car that night, and I think it snowed that night. So that's one good thing. At least we're from up here in the Northeast. Mopar Den, what's happening, brothers? Thanks for jumping in. Yeah, on the road soon, no doubt. It won't be long, man. I can't believe it now. I was just thinking, I was like, man, this is serious. It's like really close. We're gonna have to leave. I'm like, I got so much to do. I don't know where I'm gonna get the time to do it. Said I gotta get one more tire fixed here. So we got tires for the burnout contest. I gotta get the oil changed in the car. I gotta get the tank flushed because I had to put a little bit of pump gas in the car. I mean, it'll run on pump, but I need at least 60% alcohol in it to lean on it. So I only put a couple gallons in it though, so I'll have that all run out. And if not, I'll just drain it out and fill it back up with E85. I guess we'll have a little bit of gas for the lawnmower, the pressure washer, if nothing else. But that's the only thing that sucks. That's one thing that didn't get done this year because of all the everything else going on. Next year, we will have a stock tank back in that car with a sump. As I said, I'm gonna warn anybody here, man. If you're gonna run a street car, you're gonna have a car that you want to run down the track. But if you're gonna drive it on the street, take my advice. Do whatever you can to make sure you don't got to run a fuel cell. Because a fuel cell is about the most miserable thing that, in my experience, a fuel cell is about the most miserable thing to have to run in the car. I mean, in my case, I got that because I have no trunk space because in my trunk I got a nitrous bottle, I got an 8-gallon fuel cell, and I got my battery. And I mean, a G-body trunk's pretty big, but that pretty much takes up all the floor space of the trunk. I get the fuel pump mounted in the spare tire well. That way it's lower than the fuel tank or lower than the fuel cell that's mounted on the truck floor. But with that 8-gallon fuel cell, man, it sucks literally because like in summer when I'd leave the house, I would leave my house, I would drive to work, and I'd have to have gas staged at the shop. So when I would leave work, I would always drive by and stop at the shop and top my car back off. Like I said, I usually average the 20 miles I average a day on it. I usually use about 2 or 3 gallons of gas, depending on how much idling I got to sit in. You know, how much traffic I'm in and where I'm driving. But that just stop and go back road driving. I think on the highway it does a little bit better. It did real good on fuel when it had the 273s in it, man. I think we'll cruise all day. I think when I had the 273s in that car, when I just had the motor with the cam and I was running at NA, I was getting like 22 miles of the gallon with the 273 gears in the rear end with a 28-inch BF Goodrich drag radial on the back. It was nice there because it would really do burnouts because you could get wheel speed by the time you got it wound up in second gear. You had the rear tire spinning 80 miles an hour, so you could do smoky burnouts forever with it. So that's one thing with the 373s, you can't get that wheel speed like that. We're still going to send it. We're definitely the wheels and tires we're bringing. We're going to spin them until they pop. So we might be replacing quarter skins when we come back. Who knows? But hopefully they won't come apart that much that it beats the fenders off the car. But I guess if they do, they make sheet metal every day. Looks like we're patching her back up. So I see we got a few in here. We'll have to check in. Check in on Buff here in a little bit. We're not going to stay on here too long. We'll probably only stay on here until about 8 o'clock tonight, guys. Because I think Tony's going to go live at 8 o'clock's his spot. We're not going to step on his toes out of respect. So, which it wouldn't matter. You guys, I wouldn't expect you guys to leave and go to his channel. He's a lot more entertaining than I am right now. So, but that is what it is. We'll get better at this. We're still trying. My lives get a little bit better. I wish I could have had some guests on here. I got a StreamYard link up there. If anybody wants to jump in, they're welcome to, as long as I know you. The link's up there. I could put up another link if needed. Throw up another link here just in case. Okay, let's see. New comments. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Even like if you, with that Jeep, even if you're not a big electric fan, when you drive something new and everything, it's so cool you really don't want to give it back. I know what you mean. You get used to driving around in the new vehicle, and it's like, man, do I have to give it back? How do you like it? Is it pretty good? Has it got power? I imagine it's probably got a little bit more power yet. Imagine it's got a little bit more power than just that V6 because I mean, I don't know. To me, Jeep went downhill when they got rid of the straight six, but you know the government can't leave nothing alone, and I know that straight six I guess couldn't meet emissions, but so at least it should be a little bit better. I don't know how that hybrid's going to work really though in a true off-road situation, but most of the people that buy them are never going to take them off-road. I mean, most of the Jeeps I've ever been in were the older ones, and usually by about 20 minutes into the run, anything that was on the floor was floating around in water. Because it's like them Wrangler bodies were designed like a freaking bathtub. If you had the plugs in the floor, once the door seals are so much higher than the floorboard, they would just fill up like a bathtub. There's one time a friend had their Jeep there like that. We used to always hang out at this old store parking lot down here in Vanderbilt. And we're all hanging out one night, and we had to vacuum the water out of it. And then the cop rolled in one night, and he was just running us off. They would pull in, they'd be like, "Hey, you guys can't hang out here. You know, the owner don't want you there, so you guys gotta leave." Oh man, I bet that thing does rock. 470 pound-feet of torque. She probably moves out nice. Or what that thing's like in low range. But yeah, we're there hanging out. Cops roll in. They're like, "Look, you know, the store owner doesn't like you guys here hanging out after it closed. You guys gotta leave." We're like, "Okay, officer, no problem." "Hello, Wendy. Thanks for stopping in." So we're there one night. Cop rolls in. He's like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" I'm like, "Oh, we're vacuuming this Jeep out." It's like it was pretty dirty. Just being funny about it. The cop looks at it. He's like, "It takes AW to vacuum a Jeep out." And I was like, "Well, it was pretty dirty. It was off-roading earlier today." And then the cop just shook his head and get out of there. I mean, anytime we've ever hung out, that's what we've always done was just leave. You know, if the cops roll in, why push it? The cops roll in, ask everybody to leave, just be polite and leave. You can always come back later. You know, I never understand that. You know, hey, Mopar Dad and Wendy, let me know when you guys are rolling through this area. Said if you're coming through, I don't know, if you guys going to run down and hit I-68? Is that how you guys are planning on going? If not, we might have to meet up and what was it? Once we get on out a little bit further, but I'd like to meet up with some of you guys on the way. It would definitely be cool for all of us to roll together. But yeah, I mean, I had this one buddy. Everybody has that one loudmouth buddy. I always one friend. And it didn't matter where we were at. We could be hanging out at the shopping center looking for street racing. We could be hanging out at the store, just playing around in our off-road trucks in the back roads around the store. Anyway, we always have that one buddy that the cops would roll up and be like, "Hey, you guys can't be here." And he's always got to be the loudmouth. "Oh yeah, we can. This is a public road." I'm like, "Dude, just shut up and let's go. We'll come back. Why get arrested over something stupid?" But I'm sure everybody got that one loudmouth friend. I'm always the mediator of the group. I'm always the one who want to be cool-headed, and even if I'm mad, I can be cool-headed and be like, "Look, dude, let's not get arrested. Let's not go to jail. Let's just leave and go home." The cops say leave. Be respectful. Say okay, thank you, officer, and leave. Because you can always come back. There's no point in arguing with the cops, and you're never going to win that. If you got a disagreement with the cop, it's not with the cop anyway. You're going to have to settle that with the judge. Arguing with that cop ain't going to do nothing but make the situation worse. Okay, yeah, you're coming south on 81. Yeah. We'll be leaving out of here. It's closer for us to run down to Maryland and jump on I-68 and take 68 west before we run into the it's 50 something before we run into that to head down towards Sykeston. Is the way we're going, we're pretty much going to go. Yeah, the way we're going to leave, we'll be going down 68. We'll be going through Maryland into West Virginia. And I think we're coming out of West Virginia right into Kentucky, and we'll shoot across Kentucky. And yeah, I see it's going to be nice. They're going to be a little cool at night. But see, when I looked at it, it was supposed to be like I think it was 47 or something at night. I mean, that's a little cool to be. But I guess everybody will be so excited we won't be thinking about cool. And I'm sure there'll be enough campfires that you can make it from one camp to the other and just absorb heat. And we have went camping in the wintertime, so it's not like we haven't used to it. We used to go four-wheeling and snow riding. We used to go camp in the cabin in the wintertime. So as long as you got somewhere to build a fire, I mean, we'll have plenty of fuel. So I think the jet guys, I don't know if they're still going to let it take us up on the offer of building a fire in the trunk of their car or not. But they said we could use it for a fire pit, but I believe they might have been joking, so we'll have to see. But yeah, Mopar Den, when are you guys leaving? Was that you on there that said, or was that Wendy? Someone said, or Colleen said they was leaving at 4:30 a.m. When are you leaving, Mopar Den? So our plan here is to roll out of here around 5 a.m. Thursday morning. We've already made the everything. We'll pick everything, get everything ready Wednesday. That way, all we got to do is just get up and hit the road. That's just crazy. Sunday's almost over. Tomorrow's Monday. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It's really the last time we got to be here before we hit the road. Oh, man. I think all the guys here, I don't know what to have a contest for Father of the Year because there's a lot of guys here that want to bring their kids. I mean, I'm just joking though, but I did promise Tommy that was the biggest thing. Like I said there, it would have been easier for me not to go this year because everything else going on. But I promised Tommy when John first announced this, I asked Tommy if he would help me with the YouTube channel since he's good with computers and all that. And I asked him about it, and he said, yeah, he would help me. And I told him then we would go to Sykeston. So pretty much my hands were tied on it from that point forward anyway, because I can't go back on it. How are you going to tell a 16-year-old you're not going to take him after he's thought for the last 8 months that he's going, and then all of a sudden you're going to tell him he's not going? I mean, the night we made 500, he was jumping up and down celebrating. He was like, yeah, we're going to Sykeston. So, I mean, he's had his heart set on going since the trucker rally back in March. He's definitely, because that's when we made 500. So he's had his heart set on going since then. So there was no way I could tell him we're not going. So just what will be, will be. I'll be in hot water or whatever, but I can't tell the boy no. The boy does go to school. He works, he does cyber charter school. His work's always done on time. The counselors call me once a week. They always tell me how good Tommy's doing. So, I mean, he made honor rolls last year for the first time in years since he got out of regular public school and went back to the online school. He made the honor roll last year. So I can't not take him because he deserves a reward for doing good. So we're definitely going to just take him, and it is what it is. Like I said, buddy's promise. So, and I can't say that I'm not going to enjoy it because I haven't been to the track this year. Tommy, what's happening? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Say hi live. We're
Hi.
talking about you.
Yeah, I can hear it on her phone.
Yeah. Well, she's got her volume up, so it'll echo. Yeah. I am though in a way though, Dwayne. Yeah, I did tell him we were going. I just said, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm happy to go. Anything like that. He told me he really did want to go. Yeah. Yeah. I need to make sure the audio is still working because I disconnected the headset just to see. So you think, Tommy, you excited?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be more excited when we get there though than
The
for
road
the
trip. We're gonna
car
live
ride.
stream. We're gonna live stream the road trip.
Oh God, that's gonna. You know how hot the phone's gonna get? I mean, also, isn't there like a limit?
What?
Is
Yeah,
it?
the drive. Yeah.
I was gonna say, isn't there a limit to how long the live stream can run? But I feel like it's gonna shut us off after like 3 hours, like it did at Hagerstown.
We'll restart it.
True.
Why not?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about how we're gonna do that though, because we need a phone to record and a phone for sat nav and the music.
We know where we're going.
No, we need sat nav.
I got nav right here. The old man got nav in his brain.
Biggie never been to Missouri
It
before.
doesn't matter. I know the route. I can tell you right now. We're going down I-68. So we're gonna hear we're going.
Well, you've known where you were going before, and you missed exits and needed the ways before, so I don't want to hear that.
Okay. Well, here we're leaving here. We're going up 119. Okay. We're not gonna get down. We're not gonna get down 43 because we're gonna miss the toll. So we're gonna jump off at. We'll jump off at Big Six, and we'll get down 119 down into Cheat Lake, and we'll pick 68 back up. Then we ain't gotta go to tollway. You know what I mean? That bypass the toll road, and it's just fast to go that way.
Well, we're talking about it, unless they can't hear us.
Wait, that's what's up with you.
Yeah, no, that's what I said.
But yeah,
I
so
said about
the dog's got her head stuck
thinking
down
about
the
how
pool.
we're gonna do everything.
But so we get in. Once we're on, we stay on 68 for a while, don't we? You looked it up.
Yeah.
So I can change my name to Rand McNally when we used to make the maps, Rand McNally Company.
No, I don't remember.
These kids don't remember that. Kayla's maps are fine as long as you want to go the goat path or, some dirt road or 3 miles out of the way one way to drive back 8 miles the other way. But I've never seen a Google map that does that. That one day we was going over by Uniontown. It took us told us to get down 201, down Tippecanoe, and get on 51 to come back up towards Uniontown. Could call me Garmin then.
Garmin GPS.
Yeah. Hold this for a second because I gotta go up tripod. And the phone here, you gotta talk to.
I was gonna say Waze is better than Garmin because Waze has a thing and it tells you when the police are where they're at and all the things that are in the road. Yeah. I need to figure out. Oh, StreamYard is mirrored. It's not the normal phone way. I have to do it the opposite way on StreamYard. Yeah, I was gonna say Mopardon. Waze is really good. That's all I use now. Dixie, what are you getting into? All I use now is Mopardon said all he uses now is Waze.
Waze is nice because Waze lets you know
That's where the police are and stuff. That's what I said.
Well, don't Google Maps do that too now?
I don't think so.
One of them did.
Some people said it did, but I don't think so. I
Don't
think
trust
only
it.
Waze does that.
Waze done is good, and all the trips to Hagerstown and all the trips to DC, Waze done is good.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Waze is always
I
treated
seen
as
like
good.
people on the internet who said like, who uses Waze anymore? And I'm like, people don't use Waze.
Yeah, Waze
When
is
did
treated
people
as
quit
good.
using Waze?
Yeah, Waze is treated as good. Waze has saved us from getting caught by the police a couple times.
Yeah, me too. When I was going to Greensburg.
Oh, like the time. Remember when we come back from Hagerstown, we was going 113 miles an hour?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because one thing I can say. All right, here we go. One thing I can say is because that car is a retired police car, it doesn't have a speed limiter on it. And if it does, it's faster than we've gone so far. We was up to like 115 or so, and it didn't shut off. So, but yeah, that's about all. Where do you take it?
What do you mean? What am I taking?
What are you taking to Sykeston? What gear are you taking?
I mean, I don't really have anything on mine to take.
You taking clothes and
My
stuff,
phone,
aren't you?
yeah, and
Your
its
phone.
charger. I mean, like, but like, what else?
Well, like I said, maybe next year you can take your car.
I don't have a laptop. I can't, or a tablet. I can't do like that stuff. All I have is my desktop. I don't have a laptop.
No. Camping in a hotel, yeah. That's fine. We'll be camping. I don't know. We're gonna take a tent or sleep in a truck. We got that little
I don't
2-man
know.
tent.
I don't know.
We'll take it.
I feel like the stuff would be more comfortable than on the ground in the tent.
Yeah, well, we can take the tent. We're taking the pop-up shelter.
In the
for shade.
in the bed, and the truck has climate control.
Yeah, maybe. You're not gonna need heat.
Air conditioner.
You're not gonna need air conditioning.
Yeah, oh yes we are. We're going to Missouri. It gets hot there.
You got 260 air conditioning. 2 windows down to 60 miles an hour.
I mean, when we're there, not on the way
When
over.
we're there, what are you gonna do? Set in the truck.
Well, I mean, there's going to be times when we are. It's not like we're going to be.
Pretty much the time we get there, we're gonna be busy.
Not later in the night and stuff. Or if we have videos to do.
Okay, well here's the thing with that, right, Tommy? So far, this is what they're saying the schedule. We're gonna when we get there. They're going over to eat. Dixie, get away from the tripod. They're going over to eat over at that restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay. We get back from there, and it's going to be about time. We'll probably be hanging out a little bit, but it's almost bedtime at that point. Because at that point, we've been up since 5 o'clock. We've been on the road all day.
Yeah.
So I'll be up late that night when we go to sleep. The next morning, you get 8 o'clock. Gates open at 8, and meet and greet starts. Okay, and then once we do the meet and greet, and then they're gonna do group photos at 10 a.m. And then they're gonna start testing tuning, and then we're gonna get ready to do bracket racing. And then, well, the bracket racing's over. That's when they're gonna do.
Unfinished project this year.
What's up, unfinished project? When the bracket racing is over, we're gonna do the burnout contest.
Ooh, that was interesting.
And then after the burnout contest, it'll just be hanging out in the pits for the rest of the night. The next morning, we'll be testing tuning again, and we're gonna do the 28-10-5.
And then the award ceremony.
Yeah, and then the award ceremony, and then as soon as that's over, we got to hit the road because you got to be back here by noon the next day, by noon Sunday.
I'm sure we'll make it.
Yeah, we'll have plenty of time to make it. But plus, we'll leave at night, so there won't be that much traffic going out at night.
Yeah,
It'll be just all.
there'll be a lot of state troopers and highway patrol.
Maybe not. Usually the interstates aren't bad, right? I don't know. I have to speed it right. We'll just cruise, pull a car trailer, just take it easy from there. Yeah. Take your time.
Yours, don't be late.
Some people are, it's fine.
What?
You take your time to hurry up.
Yeah. Places yours don't be late.
All right, but we're gonna get back past on the train.
On the bracket race, yeah.
You need to get test the team first. You're gonna test the team.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, you gotta get some passes. You could drive the car. You drove the car on the
Yeah,
road.
but like I need to shift from second to drive.
That's what the shift like, and it's a ratchet shifter. All you do is bump it.
But you gotta pull up on that thing.
No. Okay, when you grab your shifter and you pull it back and drive, right?
Yeah.
Then you pull up on the thing again and you pull the shifter all the way back and let go. Okay.
Dixie.
And when you pull the shifter back and let it go, it's in ratchet mode. Okay. Now you hit as hard as you hit it, it'll only go forward one gear. You're not gonna touch anything. You go when the lights up, smack the gear. Light comes on again, smack the gear. By that time, you should be on the brake. It's only 8 on track.
But the shift light isn't that bright.
And then you've seen the ship light right now because I got the night cover on.
What's it look like without?
It's bright with the cover on. It's bright with the cover on.
So you think I'll notice it?
Yeah, I'll notice it.
Okay.
Now you just look at the tack on the Holly display.
Is that on it?
Yeah, it's got RPM, yeah.
But I don't know what I can fit that.
Shift before it hits the rev limiter, that's all.
What's the rev limiter?
If the rev limiter is set at 6,500 or 6,800, you'll
So
feel
I have
it.
to.
It'll if you don't, you'll feel it at the rev limiter and I'm smack next gear to it.
Yeah.
Ideally, you want to shift as close as you can to the rev limiter without hitting it. You'll get it. You do it on the road. Why can't you do it on the track?
How do you know I do it on the road?
Because you can shift gears, can't you?
Yeah.
All right, then what's the problem?
I want my Civic.
You'll have your Civic next year. Maybe
Next year.
Maybe with a turb ski. Yeah, but you couldn't take it this year anyway.
I know. I mean, no, not for not for the track. I mean,
you'll be able to take your Civic to know that next year.
No, I mean like just drive around in general.
Yeah. Yeah, you drive around like this. Big Wayne said you'll do good. He said you'll be out driving me. He laughs. He thinks it's funny. Oh, yeah. I figured we'd be wrapping up soon anyway. I don't want to keep everybody on here too long, and I figured Tony was going on. Most of these people gotta get some. Which is funny because Tony always makes you laugh. I enjoy watching Tony's live too. I'm actually glad that Tony's back live. That and I got to jump on over there anyway and check on Buff's garage because he got his LS. He got trying to get it fired up. It was starting and shutting right back off. Trying to help him get it running. It might be easier for him to either call me on the cell phone or I'll call him, one or the other. But we was trying to do it over his live.
And it wasn't working.
Well, it was working, but he was looking for a new crank sensor. If not, like I said, I'm going to take spare parts, so I'll have stuff that he needs and Sykes in if he needs them. So, should we take the spare motor?
I think so.
Or take the engine hoist and a spare motor. In case you got to swap it.
Yeah.
You can blow the motor up.
Yeah.
The Holly won't let you. The Holly's got too many safeties on it. They look at boost cut. If you try to push too hard, they look at boost cut. What? It won't let you over rev it. Oh, so you're gonna smile now. See, look at this guy. He wants to blow the car up and know that.
No, you just said it had safeties.
It has safeties in it.
Well, a lot of other things had safeties, and I still managed to mess them up. So
that I have a safety set up in that. If the injector duty cycle gets over 90%, it shuts ignition off. So you can't go lean at it anymore like we used to.
So your car just stalls.
It'll restart as soon as the duty cycle falls by. It'll just put like a rev up there. So I guess that, guys, we're gonna jump over here anyway. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll be back Wednesday night at 7. Hopefully by then we'll have everything packed up and ready to go. I appreciate all the comments tonight. Unfinished project. Thank you for stopping in. Mopar Dan, as always. Dwayne, Kayla. We had Wendy English was here tonight. Dawn English is on here. Let's see. I want to make sure I got everybody. There was a couple other people on here too. Dakota was on here. Clyde Dent, Colleen Tebow, everybody there. We appreciate the support. We'll see you Wednesday night. Like I said, hopefully we'll have everything packed for Sykeston. So, where we're heading now, we're going to head over probably and watch Uncle Tony. Hey, Bob, you need me. You got my number. Just go ahead and give me a call. It'll be easier anyway. Yeah, because we're going to wrap the live up here. Like I said, that way people can get over and see what Tony's up to. So, between that and all that, we figured, we'd come on here for a little bit. We got a lot to do anyway. Yeah, we're all going to go over CUTG. So, like I said, Bob, if you need me, just call me. Seriously, and we work through it. We'll get it working. So everybody, good night, and we'll see you Wednesday night. Everybody have a safe week and get your stuff ready for Sykeston. We'll see you there. Good night, everybody. Say good night, Toby.
Bye.